Hey guys, Sarah
and Sam
here back for a video all about baby names because a lot of you guys have asked about our 3 daughters' names, and also I just thought it would be fun to share the names that could have been if we had more kids. We are likely done having kids.
I think so.
Because pregnancy is so rough.
Yeah. If it wasn't so rough, we could probably consider it again because Sarah's been getting baby fever like crazy. And so have I, but just seeing how she was and how yucky it made her feel, yucky is an understatement. So yeah, we're probably done.
We may adopt, but you may see one of these names one day. But we just thought it would be fun because we like more unique names. Not like super out there, I would say, just very like old-fashioned or unique names, and we thought it would be fun to share the names. I liked listening to these videos and watching these when I was pregnant, so I thought these would be fun. So we're sharing our top 10 girl names and boy names that we are probably not using. But first I thought we would share our 3 girls' names in case you aren't familiar or are wondering like why we chose the name and what their names are, so you can kind of get a feel for the kinds of names we like. So why don't we start with our oldest?
Celia, which means heaven.
Celia is ranked 863 in the United States currently. It is Latin, and it's found in Shakespeare's As You Like It. I love having names that have a literature tie. I was an English teacher, an English major. I've always loved that. Why did we pick that one?
I think you picked it a long time ago, and I just liked it enough and said, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, we liked it before we even got married, I think, and then we went through infertility, and we had always pictured a little girl named Celia. I wrote letters to her before she was ever conceived, and then miraculously we got pregnant, and Celia Ray, without a doubt, was her name. Our second born is Briony, which, come to find out, like absolutely nobody knows how to pronounce or has never heard of it. We first heard that name in the movie Atonement years and years ago. We actually did not like the character. It's also a book, but we loved her name. We thought it was so pretty, and when we found out we were having a second girl, I just felt like it had to end in a Y or that sound.
Yeah, and I remember one day I just said, what about Briony? And I, for the life of me, didn't remember that it came from that, and then, you know, like she said, it came from the movie Atonement. And the sister's name happened to be, was it?
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Which is
funny. Is really ironic.
And Briony is way more common in Europe, and it's a British name. It means, it's actually Latin, but it's used a lot in England and Britain because it is the name of a vining white flower that grows over there. It's spelled differently than the actual flower name. This flower name is B-R-Y-O-N-Y, but most people spell Briony B-R-I-O-N-Y. We just love how unique it is. It's a beautiful name, not common at all. It's not even ranked in the US. Maybe only a couple kids are named that a year. I don't really know.
Very few.
Very rare. And Briony also means to sprout or to grow luxuriantly, which we just thought is really beautiful. We love like the floral names or just really romantic,
now it's
beautiful
a very fitting name for her.
Yeah, she's wild.
Yeah, she's
like a wild
zest
vine.
for life that is unmatched.
Yeah. So our third daughter,
Gwenevere, or Gwen, means white shadow.
White shadow or white wave, which is really beautiful. It's Welsh. Like the Knights of the Round Table, Camelot. So we love the literary tie. We actually decided to go with the non-traditional spelling just because I particularly, no offense if you have the spelling, but I hate the G-U-I-N spelling, so we just spelled it Gwen, E-V-E-R-E, so G-W-E-N-E-V-E-R-E. We love that she could go by Gwen, and we call her Gwenny, or Gwennykins, or anything. Gwenny Lou Who. But she could also go by Vera, or Evie, or I don't know.
Yeah, we just like Gwen though.
Yeah, we like Gwen, but we like that there's options, and it's just, we don't really like one syllable girl names, so she has a longer name with a shorter nickname.
Yeah, I particularly like the name just because of Gwen Stefani. Always liked, you know.
Yeah. And that name also is not currently ranked. I looked up the traditional spelling, and even that is not ranked in the US, so it's a very unique name here. Okay, so we're gonna jump in. We'll do a girl name, both of us share one, and then we'll do a boy name, so on until we get to 10 of each. Most of these names we both like, but there's a few that only one of us likes. So the first one that I'm going with that I really love is, there's two versions. You could either go with AUDEN or ARDEN. He hates these names. I actually got the idea from a bra. I think there's bras at Target. I think they're called AUDEN, but I also thought ARDEN was really pretty. It kind of reminds me of autumn, but it's a little different. So both are pretty uncommon. AUDEN is in the 1200s in the US and ARDEN is in the 1700s for names. Both are English names. AUDEN means old friend and ARDEN means Valley of the Eagle. I think both have really cool meanings and I just think they're really pretty names. I will also say a lot of the names that we love are becoming more common, which is part of the reason why we didn't go with them, because we like more unique names, especially being named Sarah. So many kids were named Sarah that I wanted our kids to have unique names. He's always had a unique name.
Yeah.
Which has its downfalls.
Hard to pronounce, and just for the longest time I wanted to change my name to just Oscar. That's my nickname.
That's what his
it's just so easy. It just makes the most sense.
But even that's a unique name.
Yeah, yes and no. It's not as common.
People know it.
Yeah, people know it, but it's not like hard to say at all.
Yeah, but you never had anybody with the same name as you.
No, never. I think there may be one other person.
Yeah.
A girl name that I loved is Eden. It is, I think, 130 for popularity. It is biblical. It means like paradise, like Garden of Eden. And I would have loved to call our little girl Edie. It's a very cute name, I think.
Cute.
And it's just really funny because I just grew to love this name thanks to like a horror movie that I saw. I'm just like, it just sounded really cute. It just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a very close contender for Gwen.
Oh, yeah.
I think just because it's getting more popular too, but it also has that like botanical meaning, which we like, so yeah. It's a beautiful name.
And the only thing I know about Sarah, she loves botanical floral things, so it makes sense.
But it also I think can be a unisex name. I've heard of boys named Eden too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so our number one boy name that if we had a boy most likely would have had this name is Harrison. It's actually more popular. It's 114 here in the US, but it has a lot of family ties and it's just, we think, a very nice masculine but not super duper common name and a little bit more old-fashioned. We have a maiden name in our family is Harris, and so we really love that. My grandpa's name was Henry, so that's kind of a tie too. We could call him Hank, we could call him Harris, we could call him Harry, or just Harrison, and we just love that most people have heard of the name, but it's not super duper common, although it's becoming more common now.
And also, Harrison is the name of Dexter's son.
Yeah, Sam loves Dexter. Love Dexter. And it just means son of Harry, so there you go.
Another boy name, Asher. Popularity about 32, biblical.
When we first were pregnant with our first daughter, this was a strong contender, along with another name we're going to talk about later. And I ended up hearing this name all over the place at playgrounds. It started to get a lot more popular. I love it. I love that it's a biblical name, but it's becoming more popular. But I just think it's a very nice. It can be like a little rough sounding, but also like a very handsome, obedient person too. Like I think it kind of fits any personality, and I just really like it. Our next name is very similar to Gwenevere. It's Genevieve. This was also another name we've always really loved. It is French. It's number 169 here in the United States, and it means woman of the family, which I think is really beautiful. We've heard it on the animated series and the books. Madeline, it's the dog's name. I heard a lot of that name when I was pregnant with our third daughter. And I love that it has lots of nicknames. You could call her Evie, you could call her Viv, Vivi, Jen, Jenna. Like there's so many nicknames you could give her, but Genevieve I just think is a super beautiful name.
I think you like that one more than I do. That one I'm pretty indifferent about.
I like a lot of names.
So similar to Briony, Brielle, beautiful name. One of our old classmates actually named her daughter that, I believe. Ranked 99. It means God is my strength. Call her Brie. Ella, Ellie, lots of, but
it's one of your
names
favorite names.
Yeah, but Ella and Ellie so popular lately.
Yeah, so we would probably just call her Brielle if we had a baby named that. Okay, so for a boy name, I know a lot of you have probably heard this name. It's not super popular, but it's Rupert. I just have always loved that name. I think I like really European sounding names. It was the name, is it a bear?
Yeah, he's a white bear with like a red shirt and yellow
He's got like a
pants,
British
I wanna say.
accent. This
Yeah.
show that was
Yeah, it looks
a cartoon.
old-timey.
Yeah, when
Oh,
we were
yeah.
growing up. That's where I first heard it, and I've just always loved it. It just sounds like a dapper little boy.
Yeah.
It's in the 900s here in the United States. It is also a French name that means bright fame, which is interesting. I don't really want my kids to be famous, but if they have fame in like their community because they're good people, that would be great. So
For the right reasons, yeah.
Yeah, so and you've also probably heard of Rupert Grint from the Harry Potter series, the redhead who plays Ron Weasley. I just think it's beautiful, handsome sounding name.
Another one of Sarah's favorites.
Yeah.
I made it again.
He doesn't
Different
like
about
it, yeah.
So this one was probably the #1 contender for a long time if we had a boy. If it was, Celia was for our first girl, Finnegan was for our first boy. Ranked 410, fair, white, call him Finn. That's really it,
Yeah.
honestly. And it's one of my favorite beers, Finnegan's.
Yeah, so a lot of our names we like kind of sound Irish, even
Yeah.
if they're not, they just sound Irish. That one is Irish, and I just like it.
Yeah,
It's
sounds
cute.
really regal too.
Yeah. Okay, for another girl name, I don't think San really likes this name, but I really like it. I think it's beautiful. Arabella. It's unique, but not super out there. I think people would know how to pronounce it. It's number 202 here in the United States, so it's becoming more common. It means beautiful lion or yielding to prayer. So I think both are beautiful meanings, and I'm sure if we gave her the name, she would be a lion like our other daughters and be pretty wild, but that's to be expected in our house. It is either an English or a Latin name, depending on where you look. And of course, it could have tons of nicknames, the Elle, the Belle, Bella, Ellie, but you could also call her Ari, which is really cute, or Aria, even if you wanted to, which is kind of becoming more common. But I just think it's a really romantic, beautiful sounding name.
So 634 is Marilyn for
634.
Sorry.
No, number 6.
Oh,
it's
sorry.
number.
Yeah, number. Okay. Marilyn ranks 634. Drop with a C. I believe that's what it said. Call her Mary. That's I think really it. Mary, right?
I probably wouldn't call her.
Yeah, I wouldn't call her
Just
Mary. Just Marilyn. Just Marilyn Monroe. You know, it's very pretty sounding name.
Yeah, and it's not super duper common.
Right, but we know a lot of Marys though, and I feel like, you know, everybody gets a nickname. They probably would end up calling her Mary.
Yeah, or Linny.
Or Lynn. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cute. Okay, another boy name. It's probably good we didn't have a boy because all the boy names we like are becoming more common, and the more unique names we just don't really like. But I love the name Weston. I read this book from Sarah Dessen back in high school called The Truth About Forever, and there was the male like suitor in the book is named Wes, and I just really love that. And I don't like Wesley, so I think Weston would be a nice name. It's ranked 103 here in the United States, so becoming very popular, and it means from the West Town, and you could call him Wes. That's pretty much it, but I just think it's a really nice boy name.
So another boy name, Alton, means from the old town. Ranked 998. Just called him Al, maybe?
Or Alt.
Alt. Alton Brown. I've met him, love him, big fan of his still. That's mainly why we like that.
He's a chef. So
yeah, I'm a
it
chef,
makes
so it
sense.
makes sense.
Yeah. So another French name that I really like is Noelle, and I had never really thought about this name until our third daughter, because we conceived her around Christmas time and found out we were pregnant right around Christmas time. Same with our second daughter, but we picked her name pretty early on. So with our third, I kind of toyed with the idea of maybe Noelle, Noelle. I just think it's a really beautiful name. It means born on Christmas Day. So she obviously wouldn't have been born on Christmas Day, but it's just a beautiful name. You don't have to have a Christmas baby to name them that. And it is number 210, and you of course could call her Elle or Ellie, like a lot of the other names with that in it.
So this name is getting more and more popular as we speak. It's ranked number 97 for a girl. It's Madeline. It means high tower, or the woman from
Magdala.
What? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, we would have called it Maddie for short. You could pronounce either Madeline or Madeline. We like Madeline.
Madeline, I think.
We probably wouldn't have chosen Madeline because I worked with somebody named that before, and I just don't want to like correlate that name with that person, because that's all I think about. And
yeah, we don't like choosing names of people we knew pretty well.
Right.
So I like it too because of the child cartoon and books. Madeline, little redheaded French girl.
Oh yeah, our
gotta
girls
love the
that.
redheaded
Yeah.
tie
Oh, yeah.
with our half redhead, half Asian baby. So There you go.
Yeah.
Another boy name I really love, ranked number 622 here in the US, is Fletcher. Do you like that name?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like most boy names. That was probably. I'm kind of glad we didn't have any boys. Unfortunately, because like I just can't find a name that I'm like dead on like want that other than Harrison or Finnegan. Other than that, it's like if we had 3 boys, that third boy would have had no name for probably a long time.
Yeah. So I really like Fletcher. I think it's a very nice name. It is English. It means arrow maker, and really the only nickname I think you go with is like Fletch.
That's not even really a nickname.
Yeah.
Just call him Fletcher.
Yeah, I like it. It is a little more unique, but I think it's a nice name.
Yeah. So Sullivan is ranked 398 for boys' names. It means dark-eyed. It's kind of.
Well, our kids are dark-eyed.
Oh yeah, dark-eyed. I guess like I think of like black-eyed, like getting punched in the eye for some reason.
Oh no, I think it just means you have dark eyes,
okay, that
which
makes sense.
they do have.
Silly me. Call him Sully. What else can we do?
Ivan.
Sully would have been good, I think.
Sully, yeah.
Sully would have been good.
I think it's a cute name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sounds like somebody like from back in like the 1950s.
Yeah.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another girl name I've always really loved is Adelaide. You've probably heard of it. Plus it is the city, it's a city in Australia, which you've probably heard about. It is number 305 here in the US, and it means noble. Apparently it is a German name, which I found interesting, and there's all kinds of nicknames you could do for this. Addie, Adele, Della. You could even probably call her Delia, but we have a Celia, so that would be kind of weird. But I think it's very beautiful, Adelaide.
Yeah, pretty, but
beautiful.
Not our top.
Yeah.
So this one is popular, probably for a reason, probably because of the actress. Scarlett ranked 21. I feel like it's gonna go up even higher, probably within the next few years too. It's like RHETT, right?
It's RHETT, yeah. And I also love it because of the Gone with the Wind reference, Scarlett O'Hara in that book and movie, and I just think it's a very beautiful name, and it's very popular though, but I think it would be cute to call her Letty or Scarface.
Yes.
Just kidding. When she's being naughty, I'm just kidding.
Good lord. That's funny though. That is funny.
Another Gone with the Wind reference is the name RHETT or Everett. Sand knows somebody named Everett, so that was off the table, but I really love RHETT. I love Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind.
It's a nice sounding name. It sounds very, you know, distinguished and all that stuff, but I just, again, I can't correlate a name with somebody I used to work with.
Yeah.
You know.
Everett is number 94 in the US, and RHETT is number 159, so they're both becoming more popular. Everett means brave as a wild boar. We do love pigs in our house.
They are
so
very brave.
And RHETT means advice or counsel, which I think is really interesting, the name choice when I learned that for Gone with the Wind, because he does advise her a lot. So very interesting. And they both are English names, and pretty much if you chose Everett, you could call him RHETT or Ever. I don't know. And RHETT, I don't think you really a nickname.
Probably RHETT or Everett. Ever just sounds kind of.
Yeah, I don't really know, but
like
I like both.
Maverick is such a unique sounding name to me. It's ranked number 58. It's like wildly independent, non-conforming, so like an
activist,
kind of
like a
somebody that kind of stands on his own. It sounds like.
Which I like.
Call him Mav. Call him Rick. One of my favorite YouTubers, Maverick. That's his name. Yeah.
Not my favorite name.
No.
But Sam likes it.
And also like think just because it ties to like my childhood. There's one of my favorite shows had a guy named Maverick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and one of my favorite video games too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Name of a video game name. Well, those are our top 10 boy and girl names, plus our own 3 daughters' names. I would love to know if you head over to our community tab and find the thumbnail for this video. You can comment there since YouTube has disabled our comments. Let us know what your favorites were that we picked, and let us know any of your favorite boy or girl names over there. I would love to keep the conversation going. If you like naming videos, let me know.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a pet name one.
Well, that would be fun. Yeah. Or more baby names, or who knows? We could do different themes. I think it'd be fun. So let us know.
A funny way of naming pets too. So if you guys are interested, let us know.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.